Code Change Summary. Language was added to 225.31 to clarify that the required disconnect can also serve as the emergency disconnect required by 225.41, along with revisions to clarify location requirements. ME Commentary. In the 2026 National Electrical Code (NEC), Section 225.31 has been revised to bring added clarity to disconnecting means for buildings or structures supplied by a feeder or branch circuit. This section has long required a means to disconnect all ungrounded conductors supplying or passing through a building or structure, regardless of occupancy type. The 2026 revisions refine this requirement by recognizing its dual purpose and clarifying location rules depending on whether the disconnecting means is installed inside or outside of the building. The first change occurs in 225.31a, General. New language states that if the disconnecting means required by this section is also used to serve as the emergency disconnect required by 225.41, it shall comply with the provisions of 225.41. Section 225.41 applies specifically to one- and two-family dwellings and provides rules for emergency disconnects that must be located in readily accessible outdoor locations. By tying these two sections together, the code acknowledges that the same disconnecting means can serve both purposes when properly installed, avoiding redundancy and confusion. This coordination improves usability by installers and inspectors and eliminates any perceived conflict between the two sections. The second change occurs in 225.31b, Location. The code has always required that the disconnecting means be installed either inside or outside the building or structure served, at a readily accessible location nearest the point of entrance of the conductors. The 2026 NEC now provides additional clarity based on whether the disconnect is inside or outside the building. If located inside, the disconnect must be placed at a readily accessible location nearest the point of entrance of the conductors. If located outside, the disconnect must be in a readily accessible location on or within sight of the building in accordance with 110.29. The reference to Section 110.29 reinforces the established definition of within sight and eliminates ambiguity about acceptable placement. This is a big change since 110.29 considers something within sight if it's up to 50 feet away from the equipment or building it serves. Until now, whether inside or outside, the disconnecting means was required nearest the point of entrance of the conductors. In the 2026 NEC, only an inside disconnecting means is required to be nearest the point of entrance of the conductors. That language does not repeat in this section for an outside disconnecting means. These revisions do not change the overall fundamental requirement that every building or structure supplied by a feeder or branch circuit must have a disconnecting means. Instead, they refine the rules to better coordinate with other NEC provisions, particularly those addressing emergency disconnects for dwellings, and to ensure clarity regarding placement. For inspectors, this reduces the chance of conflicting interpretations when verifying installations. For installers, it provides clear direction for code-compliant placement of disconnects based on whether they are mounted inside or outside the building.